You mean my mom built everything by herself? She never accepted money from nobody. She never even accepted child support
But ask
from my
yourself
father.
a question. Who did she build it up for?
She built it up for us children.
But not a man is my point.
No, why would she have to build it up for a man? The man should have it himself.
Do you not see the point I'm trying to make here? That when women make excess resources, they don't share it with men. But when men make excess resources, they share it with women.
Yeah.
Men make money, right? And become successful so that they can have a family dependent upon them. Women, on the other hand, make money, become successful so they can be independent of men. There's a difference.
I mean, I guess, but my mom also only mess with people that are financially stable that don't need a handout.
That proves my point even more so that they don't build, they move in.
No,
He's got to have his stuff already built up for her to come in. But she ain't sharing her resources with him.
Because at the end of the day, my mom's already built up. So why is she going to mess with a bum?
Shut up, silly woman.
You're agreeing with him.
Women are okay. Yes. Women want a guy at least on their level, if not better. Men are okay with taking a girl that has nothing and building her up. That is my point.
Friends. Initially, yeah, I got disappointed. My ego got hurt, especially because I don't even know what this dude even looks like. But then I just remembered, you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And thank God for that. As they say, God's rejection is God's protection. So who knows, this troll of a man may have been the biggest waste of time for me, and God prevented it. So instead of stewing in my disappointments and my insecurities and knocking myself down in every single way, I got up and I cleaned my apartment. I went and I bought myself some really good food from one of my favorite restaurants. I came back, I did an everything shower, all of the things, put on my favorite movie, and that was it. And I felt really good about myself and just reminded myself that eventually I'm going to cross paths with the man of my dreams, and he's going to be everything, and there's not going to be any of these games, and he's going to know exactly what he wants. And I'm at the point where I am just not about the apps, so I honestly think that I actually might hire a matchmaker. I don't know. Has anybody tried a matchmaker? How has it worked for you? Let me know your thoughts. We're going to test this out and see what's up, because somewhere out there is the right guy for me, and I'm at the point where I am ready to meet him. So,
and not in a good way. Not in a like, we're no longer talking, we're dating kind of way. More of in a we are never going to speak to each other again kind of way. It's that guy that I went on the 6-hour first date with, the one that I was so excited about. And so we've been talking for like 7 weeks now. And on our first date, we both established that we are not looking to be casual. We are looking for a person. So that conversation hasn't come up since. And I feel like by like the 2-month mark, you kind of know if you're ready to invest in someone or not. And things are going really well for the first couple of weeks. But ever since Thanksgiving, I feel like I've been the one initiating a lot of the contact.
It's not desperate or pathetic to want to find a partner or someone to love, or there is that kind of energy where it's like, look at me, I'm here on display and I'm waiting for you to claim me. And it's just like, ooh, I don't like that. Like, why can't we just be like cool first? Like, don't.
I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Like, could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're like at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, I'm like, can we go back to those times? But because like society has more and more changed women to be like the chasers or like things like this, it's like making a lot of men be like, oh, I can just sit back. And I'm like, I hate that.
Where he's going to be. And now when you show up there, because you're going there, you need to be able to practice being seen. Stop hiding and waiting just for people to see you and walk to you and speak to you, right? Start a small conversation. Smile. Ask a man to grab something off the shelf for you. Don't look like you're rushed, right? Because even if he wanted to approach you and you look like you're in a hurry, he's not, because he's going to be like, oh, she must be busy.
Basically what she's saying is act like you got some common sense and interact. That's the biggest reason that men are deciding to go overseas and find a wife. That's one of the biggest reasons that men are tired of dealing with Western women. This whole Western ideology, my feelings come first, I come first, I'm the number one priority, I'm the prize. Men are tired. You can't talk to a person like that. You can't have a regular conversation with a person like that who always thinks that they're better than you.
Why don't men approach women that they find attractive? And yes, I'm generalizing, y'all, because it's true. A lot of men don't approach women. If you find a woman attractive, you're not going to approach her. You're not going to tell her she's pretty. You never know. Have we as women made it hard for y'all to approach us? That's because sometimes, a lot of times, y'all be on dumb shit, and we don't, like, bro, relax. We don't be on.
I noticed this, like, once I started healing and, like, really loving myself and, like, putting myself first and, like, desensitizing the men don't approach me no more. Like, they will literally stare at me, probably mild like me, or, like, just stare at me until I, like, say something to them. But for the most part, they're not going to approach me. And it used to really hurt my feelings because I'm used to being someone that's approached. So, like, now going through this phase of my life where men don't approach me, it, like, really made me be like, damn, like, what's wrong with me? Am I really ugly? Like, da-da-da-da. But I think it's just because, like, my energy is changing and I think men know who they could play with. And at a point in my life, I was very playable. A nigga go play with me. And I was going to let him. I was willing to be a part of the circus. And I'm not really into that type of thing no more. So I think that has a lot to do with it. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think.
Why is it if you're out in public, right, and you see a girl, give them a little smile, why don't you just, like, start a conversation?
Quite frankly, one of the biggest reasons why a lot of men aren't even bothering to approach women anymore is because a lot of women out there have simply told them not to. It's as simple as that.
It's happened to me so many times, and I'm like, why are you guys not coming up to me? You obviously keep staring at me. We keep making eye contact. We keep giving each other a little smirky smile, so pull the trigger.
Because honestly, most of them don't know that you want them to approach. Just smiling at a guy does not mean it's an open invitation for them to approach you. If you really want the guy's attention and to know that he's actually welcome to talk to you, try talking to him first.
I wish I had the balls to go up to them and be like, hey.
And that would solve quite a lot of those problems, wouldn't it? But unfortunately, a lot of women lack the fortitude to be able to make the first move, or they believe that it is the guy's role traditionally to make the first move. Either way, kind of stuck in an impasse, aren't we?
So I'm never gonna do the first move. So I'm wondering, why don't you guys ever do it?
Quite simply, it's because there's a group of women out there that's very vocal about expressing their opinions about how much they don't want men to approach women, and that's ruined dating for a lot of people.
Don't look at the state of my flat. We need to talk about what is happening with American men. I was just watching the Call Your Daddy podcast with Millie Bobby Brown, and she was talking about how she met her husband, Jake Bon Jovi. And she was basically saying that they were friends for like a really long time. And for the longest amount of time, she had no idea whether this man actually liked her platonically or liked her more than that. Because although they were very good friends, he would never flirt with her. He would never show her any form of romantic interest, to the point where she said to her mum, Mum, I think you need to sit in on one of our conversations because I need you to assess whether this man is actually flirting with me or not. And so her mum sat in and went to her Mills, I don't think this man is actually flirting with you in any way, shape or form. And it's only when Millie one day had the courage and was like, okay, I just need to let you know that I actually freaking like you. Sorry if this changes our friendship, but I need to tell you that I like you. And he was like, oh my God, you're so bold. And that's how they started a relationship, right? Bear in mind, I have noticed this when I go to the States myself. Like when I was in Manhattan earlier this year, I was in the clubs and what the hell is going on? Okay, so not only do men not approach women in clubs in New York, but they don't even acknowledge you when you come and sit on the same table as them. Why am I joining your table and you are making eye contact with me and you're cutting your eye at me and looking away? In that particular case, it was just the acknowledgement of, yeah, you're right, and then keep it stepping. Like, I'm British, we are unfriendly as fuck, and you can't out unfriendly us. You know, if you're gonna do that, that's a record-breaking achievement. And the fact that men in New York can do that is unbelievable. I was talking to my American friend about this, and he was saying, yeah, we do actually just have a bit of an American bitch boy problem. Like, there is just like a national bitch boy problem. And this is happening in the celeb world as well, not just with the common folk. So what is happening with American men and the pursuit of women? I need to know.
So here's what these modern women are doing. They're coming from different countries. They're coming from different countries thinking that they're about to have I'm in vacation mode. I'm in tourist mode. And one of the things that we want to do while we're in America, or shoot, you can go to a different country within your region or your on your continent, right? You might go across Russia, Germany, wherever, right? You might go to a different country. But when I go to that country, I want to be on the scene, go clubbing to find some hot guys. My definition of a good night is us going and clubbing, to a bar or something like that, finding some hot guys to pay for our drinks. Instagram, Snapchat. We need these pictures and videos for our following, for content, because all of these modern women are influencers. And you get to New York, Manhattan, out of all places. I guess you could have gone to NYC, but it is what it is. It basically, as far as you're concerned, the same place, because you're trying to get the same result. I'm trying to go to a relatively popular city, and I'm trying to get these boys to pay attention to me because I need this content, but they ain't doing it. So it's kind of like a buzzkill because I got everything else that I came for: food, shopping, experiencing all of the sites, except hot men paying for my stuff. How do I get them to do that? I mean, the trip was great. I love the trip. I'd go back, but that was a bummer. That was a huge, letdown as a part of the trip.
I was literally at a restaurant, yeah, and I could clearly tell that this guy that was sitting right there, he clearly fancied me, yeah, because he kept like, I don't know, do you know when you can tell, innit? Bro, like, if you like, just talk to me, like, talk to me then, the fuck? Like, why do men never approach me? Bro, like, god damn.
Here's what I think about when it comes to men approaching women. Why don't you do it more often? Honestly, I'm getting sick of everyone being like, well, women have just shoved us out so hard or they don't want to be approached anymore. I'm like, okay, listen. First of all, you can tell a vibe if it's there or not immediately, right? A guy came up to my friend and I at Boondocks and he was like, are you guys from here? And we're like, yeah, or we're not from here, but we live here now. And whenever you go to Boondocks in Scottsdale, you know they're going to be surrounded by bachelor parties, okay? So like, just keep your eyes open, keep everything peeled. Like you're going to probably be around some guys that are trying to like look to just be there, hit it and quit it, which is, good for you. He came in and he was like asking us where they should go. And we're like, you don't have anything planned? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, that just seems like wrong. And it seems like an excuse for you to come up to us. But like, we weren't mean to him. We were just like talking to him. Like it was a conversation. I think like, if you just go up to a woman and have a conversation, why not just try it? I don't get it. The Falcos in Scottsdale. I think the biggest thing for me is that I'm a confident, outgoing person. I really do have no problem going up to someone, but like, I want to see if a man has confidence and comes up to me because that's what I ultimately find sexy. Like if you have confidence and you have a good personality and you come up to me and you have no problem doing it and having a conversation, like I'm into it. I think that's really sweet. Obviously, it depends how the conversation goes. If I can read that you're just kind of like a weirdo after that, like then I'm going to be like, okay, swerve, right? But you can hold a conversation, then most likely I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, how you doing? I don't plan to meet the love of my life at a bar, but you never know. It's just getting to a point where I'm like, wow, men and women really are not speaking at bars anymore. It's everything I wanted and more. You would have thought I haven't eaten in days. What the fuck?
So this is a question for the guys. So I know many guys have said that they don't want to approach women anymore. Like they're not going to approach her at a grocery store. They're not going to approach her at the gym. They're not going to approach her at the bar because why? Most women can just frankly be rude to guys or don't want them talking to him or don't want them talking to her. So, question for these guys that would say they don't approach women. If a woman went out of her way to make eye contact with you, looked away, looked back, maybe even held the gaze for a couple seconds, made sure she was within proximity of you, as well as then smiled at some point. If a woman goes to that extent, would you then change your mind on approaching her? Or do you just want the woman to approach you? I know some women don't want to do that because they're old school, and that's kind of how I am. But I also am just like, if I want to talk to someone, I'll just go talk to them. But maybe I'm different in that way. But would this change your mind, guys? Let me know in the comments.
So go watch Tinks's video. I'll link it below. But what this says is that 45% of men aged 18 to 25 have never asked a woman out in person. All right, hopefully you watched her video, because what she's saying is that that's bad, right? That 45% of men, young men, aren't asking girls out. And what's gonna happen now? What's gonna happen with AI chatbots? The fact that ChatGPT is now going to allow adult content on its platform. Like, that's bad, right? And I listened to a podcast this week with Scott Galloway, pearl clutching over the fact that, oh my God, ChatGPT is now going to be interactive with adult content. And what's so fucking dumb, what's so goddamn stupid about all of this is that the reason boys, young men, 18 to 25, aren't asking women out in the first place is because of the adult content they already consume. This problem is not in the future. This problem is now. You are seeing the result of smartphones that are jammed, packed with endless, free adult content. These boys who are now 18 to 25 have been watching adult movies since they were 8, 9, 10 years old. They were so raised on it and so impacted by it that they don't even bother to ask girls out. Why would they? They have all the tits and ass they want in the palm of their hands. I have written articles on this. I have made a bunch of videos on this. I have been talking about this for years now. And what's even more wild is that on this podcast where Scott Galloway was talking about it, he said it's age gated. He says that adult content online is age gated just like gambling and just like cigarettes and alcohol. What internet are you using, Scott? Because I'll tell you what, I could hand my phone to a toddler right now and they could type in boobies and see every size and flavor imaginable. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, okay? But this problem, these young men who have jerked themselves out of existence for the most part, these young men who don't have the mojo to ask a girl out, they don't have the mojo to get out of the basement, they don't have the mojo to go to school or get a job. These young men got this way because in 2008, we decided to jam all earthly delights into a palm-sized device that they could take into their bedroom and they could take into their bathroom. Gone were the days of having to sit, in the family computer, at the desk, in the kitchen, or wherever, in front of, God and everyone. Right? Maybe you got to see something download over time. Maybe you got to find a Playboy in the woods. Maybe you got to see a VCR tape that your friend had or something like that. Instead, It's all in the palm of their hands. And you think that them being able to talk to it is going to make that big of a difference? Like men want to hear a bitch say anything to start with. Okay? So those pearls you're clutching now, they done been clenched. They should have been anyway. For 15 fucking years now. What we are seeing with young men now is the result of free online adult content access. We gave them all crack and walked away. What are you doing to change that?
So a guy here in the comments said she's realizing that men don't need women anymore. Red pill content has woken men up. Of course, she laughed at that. Somebody else says, hold the line, boys. Let's push to 80% by 2026. Man. You know, you guys have pushed men too far, and you don't want to admit that. You don't want to admit that maybe I popped off at the mouth too much. Maybe I said some stuff that I shouldn't have said, done some stuff that I shouldn't have done. And instead of taking accountability and apologizing for my role that I played in the way society is now, I decide to blame it all on men.
So I was just watching this woman in San Diego talk about how men in San Diego don't approach women. Now, she's married and I'm in a relationship, but she says all her girlfriends say men never approach them. And I can say that when I was briefly single here in San Diego, between my divorce and my new relationship, men didn't approach me either. I mean, I tried online dating and that was so much worse than the first time I tried online dating. I think it's just become so saturated and cynical. But it's true, men don't approach. And I was starting to feel like there's something a little wrong with me, but I have heard this from so many women. And I honestly think in a place like Southern California, so not exclusive to San Diego, men get feminized in just like creeping ways, right? This is such a comfortable, nice place to live. It's also super appearance oriented. It's, you just don't have to be that rugged to live here, you know? You can know how to make money. That's not the same as being like a pursuer or a hunter in that way. And I'm not saying it's wrong or right. It just is what it is. But for sure, men just aren't approaching that much here. I think also our progressive culture and politics also lends to the fact that men just do it less and less. Because besides just becoming more feminized and therefore just becoming more wired like women, there's also the cultural factor of just for so long, men didn't know if they could even, you know, say hi or look at you, you know, or just breathe in the wrong direction and without getting chastised or worse, canceled. So I don't have any answers. I just know that it's a thing and I don't know how we solve it, but it would be so nice if men approached more, right? I think it's so complex, but so interesting. And if you're a woman who's not being approached, I just think like, just know you're not alone.
You know, listen to all of these women. It's almost as if they've forgotten what they've said. You told men not to approach. Hey, stop approaching me anywhere. Literally anywhere. Don't approach me anywhere at all. You told them not to come up and talk to you. Are we missing something?
Men don't approach women. We do. You just look like a bitch. Your resting bitch face is on 100. Why the fuck is any guy gonna go up to you when you look like you don't even want to be there? You don't look like you're having fun. Okay? This is the issue. As a man, right? My homegirls, I'm calling them out again. When they go out, they're like, guys are pussies. Guys don't go up to women. I'm like, you look like a bitch. Resting bitch face is on 100. I wouldn't go up to you. I don't know if it's a societal thing where women feel like they have to have their guard up 24/7. But if you're a woman and you go out and you want a man to go up to you, crack a fucking smile. Like, what are we going on? You have to find a balance of being approachable, but still have your guard up, kind of be mysterious in a way. You know what I mean? Body language. And also, this is going to be a hard pill for a lot of y'all to swallow. Look so basic, right? Step out with that shit out. Step out with your best fit on, okay? There's nothing wrong with being the most well-dressed person in the establishment, man or woman. Another hard pill for y'all to swallow is going to be, don't fucking hit him with the, oh, this is so easy for you. You must do this for every fucking woman. Shut up. Shut up. Because guess what? I'm talking to you right now. Why are you talking about other women? Now you're just screaming insecurities. And a man who's really trying to get to know you, that shit's going to throw him all the way the fuck off. You might think that's cute. Your friends might tell you to do that. Don't do that shit. Just have a normal fucking conversation and get to know the person.
Why are men not approaching women in the church? Girl, we about to find out. We about to find out. Like, we about to find out. Today. Like, the Inside Out Singles is about to tell us, the men's edition, they're about to give us the tease as to why men don't approach women in the church. And I'm ready. You ready? Because I'm ready. I'm ready to see what they got to say. I'm ready to see what they got.
I am not the girl that ever gets approached by guys. Like, in my friend group, my friends are the ones that get approached by guys. I used to take this so personally. It made me see myself as like unappealing to men. That really hit my self-confidence. Like, I would even just start crying because I'd have enough of it, and I just thought I was like not attractive to the male gaze. Like, what's helped me with this is really just understanding my worth in God and knowing that like when I get married, when I have a family, like I'm not going to think back and be like, man, I didn't get approached by guys when I was younger. You know what I mean? That is not something that contributes to our worth and shows who we are. And so if you can relate, if you are not a girl that gets approached by men in public, just don't take it personally. It's honestly maybe just God protecting us. That is how I have stopped taking it personally over the years and just have a more like eternal outlook, I guess.
If you want a man to talk to you the way y'all say y'all do, first thing first, y'all gotta stop walking into buildings like this. Y'all be walking into buildings aggressive as hell, looking stone-faced. Walk in the building like a woman, right? Like, feel inviting. You know, not in a sense like that, but a way where it's, a man will feel comfortable enough to come approach you. Cause let's keep it a buck. Every man that approaches you, you're not gonna be attracted to. Cool, that's life. But let's say the man who is in a building that sees you and you would think he was attractive maybe if you saw him, he ain't even gonna come up and approach you because you're walking in the building looking all tense in the face. Like, calm down, shawty. Walk in the building more soft and just free flowing. I don't know, like, and then a man will come approach you. And then once he actually sees you, smile at him. Give him a smile, you know, bat your eyes. Like, y'all got a few things to work on. All right, I'll be back with more tips.
Don't go to Medellin, Rio, or Buenos Aires if you're trying to meet women in 2026. The other side of the bay from Rio, Niterói and Icaray, where girls will crowd around you when they find out that you're an American. They'll also do that in Vila Bella. Cartagena is Medellin on the water, where they still welcome Americans. Bogota is where you go for a girlfriend or a wife. If you want in Argentina, go to Rosario, Mendoza, or you can try somewhere more south like Comodoro Rivadavia. If you go to Bariloche, you're only going to meet American and European girls there. Women in Chile are either raving leftists or traditional women looking to settle down and have a husband. Honestly, women in Santa Cruz, Bolivia, and Lima are not that attractive. Asuncion has a soft spot on my heart. This is where I met my wife, but my phone was literally overheating with the amount of matches that I got when I was there, as it was when I was in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. You get some luck in Bali, but you're also going to be meeting a lot of tourist women there. That's just the demographics. Thailand is really hard to penetrate into local cultures. You'll be doing primarily pay-for-play here. Philippines is more 50-50, and women are more interested in meeting an American man who they can either date or go to America with. The problem with trying to pick up women in India is that you have to go to India, which is a fate worse than death. Women in Western Europe are mainly interested in complaining to you about American imperialism. Unless you're a black American, then they feel like it's their woke duty to sleep with you, so use that to your advantage. Marrakesh is a hidden gem, but nobody ever believes me, so...
In today's episode of What Are Conservative Christians Mad About? It's girls dancing and having fun. And apparently, that is why men don't want Western women. I'm about to show you the video that they are up in arms over. It is all over Twitter. It is all I'm seeing on every other post. Just watch. That's the video that their Oppenheimer's about. And apparently, you know, the promotion of sorority girl culture, girl boss culture, BFF culture, Disney culture, and activist culture is bad. Teach your daughters a better way. If you look at this video and don't have a problem with it, go ahead and unfollow, block me, because you are NGMI. I do not want to have such low IQ people clogging my timeline. The girls in the dancing video are the type of girls we are teaching our sons to avoid. How do we do this? By constantly reading Proverbs and teaching them about Lady Wisdom and Lady Folly. Are they beyond redemption? Absolutely not. But God warns against this type of woman. You can imagine it just goes on and on and on. And then it's like snowballing into, oh, well, let's talk about cheerleaders now. What are you going to do about it, fathers? Apparently girls like this are unwifeable, spiritually and physically tarnished beyond repair. These girls were just doing a line dance at a pre-Mardi Gras celebration at their school in Louisiana. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the video. Nothing wrong with the video. They are just angry. It sends them into a blind rage when they see women having fun. I truly think that's all it is. And now they're making memes of them like fighting dragons with Stanley cups and backpacks. Can you imagine being this miserable? I can't. I can't believe this is real.
Well, they might see this as, first of all, they're at a gas station. I don't know if this is spring break or something like that. But they've taken over these people's gas station. They're literally ruining these people's business, is what it looks like to me. That's number one. Number two, what is this, a music video? What's going on here? So once again, this has to be spring break or something like that. But I don't think they want to see their women in here darn near almost breaking it down, stopping just shy of dropping it low. I don't think that they want to see that necessarily all over. Maybe in the house, but not outside.
So, quick question for the people. Men, women, join in, it don't matter. So my high school reunion was this past weekend, and I was talking to one of my old classmates just about like dating and stuff like that. And she was like, girl, like, you single, da, 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 da. Not like trying to shade me, but she was just saying, because she had just had a baby, her husband was there, beautiful family, so we were talking. And I was telling her I might be open to more kids. So her take is, if you want a baby, let me turn this music down. Sorry, y'all. So her take is, if you want a baby, get you a baby. I said, friend, I'm single. Who I'm having the baby with? So then she's telling me like, well, are you going out? Are you doing things? And I'm like, I am, but men don't approach me. I'm telling you, they don't approach me. So she's looking at me just like anybody else. She doesn't believe me. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. So we were all just talking about different reasons why we feel like men don't approach. She was saying, you got to give them something. You got to give them a little eye contact, a little, like, oh, a compliment or something. But I'm like, girl, I'm naturally friendly. I'll give a compliment. That's not even hard for me. I do that all the time. So anyway, my question to everyone is, from the women, what do you all think has been where have you found your successes in being approached? Is there anything that you would say you're doing that might help that situation? I don't know. And then for the guys, if this comes across any man's algorithm or page, what deters you or encourages you to approach a woman? Let's talk in the comments.
She's looking at me like she doesn't believe me. It's a crazy statement, because these modern women really feel like they're the prize. They really feel like, oh man, the men are missing out. On what exactly? A guy in the comments said it's really not worth the time and or money anymore. It's better to just respond to who likes me. If I miss out, oh well. Again, he said, if I miss out, oh well. That's it. Oh well. You're not that much of a deal that I can't just let you pass by. You know what I mean? Like modern women nowadays, it used to be back in the day that they were like the legit Black Friday sale. So 50% off and like deep discounts. But now Black Friday sale will be a sale that they've been having all year. They just name it Black Friday sale. That's it. And they give you the same 10% off that they've been trying to give you. It's the same discount. It just, they put Black Friday. Put Black Friday in the promotions box so you can get this discount code. That's all it is. It's not anything else. So that's what modern women are today. There's no there's no incentive to get with them. It's not worth you. Like, yeah, you might be good, but the trouble to get you, it's going to cost too much. And then it's not, say if you go into the store, he's like, man, I want that 100-inch TV. It looks like it'd be really good. But then you go and do some more research and you find out, oh, well, they're selling it for, say, for instance, $9,000. Or excuse me, let's say they're selling it for $995. And you look at the price, oh, it's usually $1,000. So I'm saving $5. It's not a discount here. It's like, it's not really a good deal, right? Number one. Number two, but if it was like 500, I can make it work. You know what I mean? Like, because it's such a good deal. I got to clear some space in the house. You guys, you're not a good deal. So the man is not willing to clear any space in the house. You're argumentative. Imagine being able to go overseas and then getting with a woman that cooks, cleans, takes care of the family, and you get her at like, just for instance, just you buy her a $5,000 or let's say a $10,000 engagement ring. Okay. $10,000 says, I'm going to commit to this woman and I'm going to buy her a house, the whole 9 yards. If you're a woman overseas, you might need a house over there and then one in the States, depending on y'all's arrangement. So, we figure that out. Right. And even if she's that high price, we go back to the TV and saying, oh, it's too big for my wall, where we're going to make some changes. That's the change I'm talking about. Where if you got that TV, you make it work. Or if you have that woman, she stays in a certain place, you make it work. But, for a modern woman, you go in there and spend the same $10K, buy her house. She don't cook, she don't clean, she literally the opposite. I'm not cooking, I'm not cleaning. My career is going to be at the forefront. If I'm a single mother, my kid is going to be my priority. You're going to be dead last in this relationship. Think about that. Think about how that would go over for a man. Think about how that would go over for you. If you could spend $10K and buy them a house, buy them a car, the whole 9 yards, and get somebody that actually pours back into you versus somebody that don't want to do anything for you, who do you think a man is going to pick?
But no, for real, the most man-hating woman that I know has the best relationship. Like, the women in my life who really hate men for real, who don't play about their hatred for men, who do not play about their hatred for men, have the best, happiest, healthiest relationship. They have the best men. And the ones who I know who are real pick-me-ish, like, oh, they're not that bad. It's not all men. They're not terrible. Are in situationships and relationships that you couldn't pay me to be in. And I really feel like it's because if you really don't like men for real, you require a lot more out of them in order for them to be in your life. Like, you're already starting off here because I don't like you. So if you want to stay around here, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to make something shake. So then they end up getting the best treatment because they're not settling just for the fact that I have a man. Like, that's not enough because I don't like them. Now you have to do something. You got to prove something. You got to earn something to be around here because, again, I already don't like you. So don't worry about speaking negatively about men. Don't worry about being like, oh, all men suck and I don't want to put that over my life and I don't want to speak that into existence. Honestly, if it's coming from the right place, you might be in a better position.
I go through phases where I'm like, I don't want to keep saying like, oh, men are terrible, or these niggas ain't nothing. I go through phases where I'm like, you need to stop saying that. Like, that's not cool. It's not nice, and you don't want to speak that over your life, and yada yada yada. But when I think about it, And actually, the more I think about it, the more true that this is. When I think about it, the women who I know who say that are in the happiest, healthiest relationships, and I'm not joking. They're the women who are real about the majority of men and who are like, yeah, no, they're not all of that. Like, having a man is not all of that. The man himself, it's cool, but like, just being a man is not enough. Those women are in the best relationships. And the couple, the one or two women that I know, yeah, that's true. The two women that I know that are more like, well, they're not all bad, and you know, I don't even have to put words in here. You can sense what I'm saying. The pick-me-ish vibe have the worst relationships. Like, you couldn't pay me cash money to be in her shoes. Like, the ones who tell the truth and are like, yeah, no, they're terrible. They are. They always get the best treatment. And I think that it's because it's something about the fact that, like, when you accept men for what they are and are like, yeah, they're not all of that, so it's going to take a lot for you to be over here with me. Like, since I know how men are, it's going to take a lot of extra stuff for you to get to be with me. Your standards are up here, so you get what's up here. But when you are content with like just having a man just to have one, then you're more likely to have one who's more down here. I feel like that's it. That makes sense. So it's like, yeah, let's just tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. I'm gonna call it like I see it. They're not all of that.
And once again, you guys are wondering why men are deciding to go elsewhere. Because y'all say stupid stuff. This is just ignorance. And you know it is. This is foolishness. It's foolishness. Y'all don't know what be going on. A lot of times modern women talk a lot of nonsense in public. Then they get back to the house and that facade fades. Oh man, we was at the house and he was doing this, and this. Then when y'all get home or y'all leave and y'all go home, all of that stuff goes out the window. She might be messing around and playing around and being, and I'm not saying that she's fake. I'm just saying when they get alone, then all of that rough talking goes out the window. You know, they got kids. They got kids. You think she talking to her kids that way? You think she talking to him that way on a regular basis? No. Now she might get upset. Maybe. Say something out of pocket here and there. Right? But then she gonna go back and she gonna apologize. I'm telling you, y'all friends got y'all fooled into thinking that they be popping off at the mouth. And it don't be like that.
Girl, you better be glad you don't get approached like that. All you get is stares. Good. You're not accessible. That's what that means. You're not accessible to just any old body. You ain't missing out on anything. What you think you missing out on? Having someone waste your time any fucking way? I already told you, most of these men is going to waste your time anyway. So be glad that all they can do is just stare at you. They know they cannot have you. So the best they can do is to stare. Be glad. You don't want any old body coming to you anyway. You don't. I promise you that. People that don't get approached on a daily, they're not accessible. If you get a stare, baby, if you get stares, that is your answer. I can't come to her looking like any old thing. I can't just come up to her knowing I ain't got shit. Now, there's some stragglers. We ain't talking about them. I'm talking about on a daily. If you're getting stares on a daily and no one is approaching you, be glad. There's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with you. I'm telling you, most men is going to waste your time anyway. Bye, have a good night.
So you don't think it might mean that you're not a pleasant person? You don't look like a pleasant person? I mean, I can access you, but I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, I could go to McDonald's right now, but I don't want to. I don't value what they have to offer, so I don't go there.
I did not know that the feminist rhetoric had gotten so bad, like it's so far gone, to the point where it has convinced you ladies that motherhood is not even worth doing. Wow, that's crazy. Do y'all know it's women out here who can't even fucking have kids? It's women out here who's like literally at the church altar praying on their knees every day to bear a child. But then you have women in the same world who have opted out because they say, oh, it's a sacrifice. I don't want to give up this and give up that. Like, you know, we weren't put here to live for ourselves, right? Like, this is insane. Feminism done fucked y'all up. It's, ooh, boy.
Okay, I feel like a lot of the men in this comment section are either chronically online or we've just lost the art of picking up signals from women. Granted, there are like a lot of women who come on here who have been like creeped on, or maybe like some guy approached them in the wrong way, or, you know, something happened where they're like, don't come up to women in public. But like, I have friends who seriously were like, oh, I saw this really cute guy at the gym, I'm gonna go back at that same time, maybe perhaps we'll strike up a conversation. Like, that's just their thought process. And so if you're consistently seeing a woman somewhere, she's got her AirPods out, maybe she's smiled at you a couple of times, making glances across the room, those are signals. I don't know, I'm just some like old married hag, and I met my husband at the workplace, but I just feel like if men are like too scared to approach women in public, like, we're all doomed. Because I'm sorry, these little dating apps are way too overwhelming. No one is meeting anyone. I mean, there's a couple lucky people out there, but I feel like no one is meeting their husband, their wife on a dating app these days. So let me know if you need help figuring out like what a subtle flirting sign or signal looks like from a woman across the room. So that way you don't have to be nervous to go and approach her, because this exists. Like, this is how people used to do things. Thank you.
Why do men in the gym feel like they can't approach women in the gym? Like, what's going on? I heard some gym bro saying it's automatic law that you should not approach a female in the gym. I don't want nobody who don't go to the gym. So that's why we really got to address this issue, because if you're not a creep or you got good intentions, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to approach a female at the gym. Yeah, I have my moments when I'm in my zone, but like, if you see me on a break and you want to tell me I look good, or that you see them gains, like, do that. Worst case scenario is I say hell no, and then we end up gym bro, gym sis for life. You know what I'm saying? I think nowadays men are too fragile, too afraid of rejection. Approach the gym girlies. Approach the gym girlies. If you're not a creep, it's okay to approach us, okay?
Women should know that men aren't chasing y'all anymore. I think we've come to the conclusion that, you know, chasing somebody is having no self-respect for yourself, and men are starting to realize this. Like, if someone's playing around, someone's not texting back, you know, don't have that same energy for them, they're just gonna go to somebody else. It's simple. It's really simple. Like, if one person is not showing affection, not wanting to care to know them, you know, calling, texting back, just really there, like, we're just gonna remove ourselves to somebody that will. And to be honest, there's always someone that will. You know what I mean? Like, if you not doing it, another girl is gonna do it. You know what I mean? That doesn't go both ways, though. It doesn't go both ways. You would think like, oh, if he not doing it, another man will. No. Another man not taking you on vacation if he don't like you like that. Another man not paying for that date. He just trying to pull up. You know? It goes one way for us